Captain Paul from the TSP podcast, and let's get right into it. Let's just call it how it is. WNBA is a fucking disaster. It is literally on life support, or I should say child support, from the NBA. That is the only reason it is still in existence. The WNBA always is running at a deficit. It is never in the black, it is always in the red. It is a fucking laughingstock. So it kind of proves Bill Burr's point that the WNBA is a joke. It's not run well. And you know what? I'm just going to say it. Katie Nolan, you're full of shit. And you know what? Most of you feminists are full of shit. Because you want to know the highest demographic that actually watch the WNBA and even purchase ticket? It's older white men that like that type of basketball. Isn't that fucking hilarious? The same group that you demonize and hate is the same exact group that buys your fucking shit. Like, isn't that ironic in a way? You know, you would even turn off your own fan base. Now, the WNBA has tried, and it has tried to be successful. Well, let's just call it how it is. Women don't even give a fuck about women's sports. Women don't care about the WNBA. Katie Nolan is the biggest hypocrite of all, because if she truly gave a fuck about these, she has pictures of her being at the Super Bowl, Stanley Cup playoffs, NBA Finals, tons of events, especially when it comes to Boston sports. But I've never seen her post something up regarding WNBA or it's like other type of women's sports events she's going to, because you know what? Let's just call it how it is. She's after the big bucks, and she's also after the entertainment value. There is even like women's hockey leagues, like the I think it's the NWHL now, or they've debunked. It used to be the CWHL. Women's pro leagues will never make the same as men because the entertainment value is far different. Now, I am not demeaning these women leagues. I think it's good that they exist. I think it's good for women if they can make a profit to make a profit. But the WNBA, and you having people say that Brittany Griner shouldn't have to play overseas, right, to make money. Well, she made well over 6 figures working in the WNBA, or I should say playing in the WNBA. If you can't live off 6 figures, maybe you need to reevaluate your lifestyle and what you truly can afford. Because quite frankly, most Americans make around $30,000 to $40,000 a year. So, you know, nobody wants to hear fucking poverty when you're making 6 figures. And you don't have to live this luxurious lifestyle you can't afford to keep up appearances. That's just foolish and downright fucking stupid. I see a lot of anger, and I've had a lot of commentators and reporters like Caitlin Nolan, or I would kind of more call her a personality, saying that the NBA players make hundreds of millions, and yet the WNBA can't make this amount. Well, no shit. They're constantly working at a deficit. I know you feminists don't truly actually want to work for things in your life, but if you wanted these leagues to succeed, you would get off your ass and go to the stadium and support your local teams. This is why this woke bullshit is just not realistic. It's just not. Because at the end of the day, what we're gonna watch is stuff that is highly entertaining. The pity watching will be there for a bit, and then it will fade over time. The WNBA product is poor. I would actually say the women's hockey is far more entertaining, especially compared to the WNBA, because the WNBA should, you know, shorten the height of the hoops and allow more dunking, more physicality. It would make the game more interesting to watch. Women may find that as demeaning, but when women are like, even the WNBA, far shorter than men, why not just lower the hoop so it's a better product? I mean, that's the only thing that would make sense to me, so it's a fair and kind of entertaining product to digest. I don't get why WNBA players are so against that. Like, your sport is failing. Your professional league is failing. The only reason it is still in existence to this day is because of the men that are carrying you on their backs. So Nolan and all these feminists, all this shows me is you are truly full of shit. You don't support these leagues. You don't go to the games. Because I don't know. It is hilarious to me that you have these women going on these soapboxes saying, oh, it's unfair, the pay gap, the pay scale, it's not fair, the wage gap. The wage gap don't exist. No such thing. It's a consumer's market. If people like the product, they'll get fucking paid for it. But unfortunately, due to the product being so piss poor, it's constantly in the red. And the demographic that should be the most into the fucking sport don't even fucking watch it. They'll watch the NBA, but they won't watch the WNBA. And that is the fucking irony in this whole situation. These women all for about this pay gap bullshit that doesn't exist, the wage gap, whatever you want to call it. They're the same ones that don't watch the fucking games or support the women's sports. So, at the end of the day, shut the fuck up. This is Captain Paul. I'll be interested to hear your thoughts down below. I'm done talking my shit, and I'll see you in the next one.